What is up, you guys? Film Fan 0599 here again, and today we're going to be doing another top 10 list. And today's top 10 list is going to be the top 10 summer movies box office predictions 2018. I do this every year with the summer box office, predicting what's going to be in the top 10 for the summer box office. I've been doing this. This is my 5th year doing this. Wow, I've been doing this for 5 years already. That's crazy to think. But, you know, I always enjoy doing these. I always enjoy seeing if I'm right when it comes to the summer box office and how many I get right. And for the most part, well, actually I've done good, honestly, with all of these. In 2014 and 15, I got 8 out of 10 right. 2016... that was my worst year, but that really isn't saying much because I got a 7 out of 10, which that still is really good. And last year was actually my best year. I got a 9 out of 10. I got 9 out of 10 right for the box office, so that was pretty awesome. So that's been the best year so far in terms of me predicting the box office. So that's really cool. I'm glad that, you know, I broke my record last year and got a 9 out of 10 for that. So that's pretty awesome. And hopefully, maybe I can break it again and maybe get all 10 right. But we'll have to wait and see. So today I'm going to be predicting what's going to be coming in the top 10 box office. Now, I will stretch this. It doesn't have to be, when I do this, it doesn't have to be, the movies don't have to be in the exact order. They just have to at least be in the top 10. You know what I mean? Like, they at least just have to be in the top 10 of the movies that I predict. You know, that are on my list. They just have to at least be in the top 10. Ranking them is just for fun's sake, you know, just seeing which you think will come in at this, make more than this, and you know what I mean? So, but, the main reason to, like, if you want to be right and stuff like that, for me at least, is at least the movies that you predict, like, to get 10 out of 10 right, they all have to be in the top 10. So, yeah, and, I'm here to predict it today, and, yeah, hopefully maybe I get a 10 out of 10 right this year. Who knows? So, yeah, I guess without further ado, let's just get into what I think will be in the top 10 box office for this year. So, here we go. So, coming in at number 10 is Hotel Transylvania 3, Summer Vacation. I think this movie will be the one to... What's weird is that I always pick an animated film. Well, there's actually more than one animated film on this list, but I always pick an animated film for number 10 for some reason, because, you know, kids, you know, the summer, parents, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, of course, a lot of kids, they're out of school and stuff like that. They maybe want to see a movie, stuff like that. Parents want to get them out of the house. And this is probably one of those movies that, you know, they'll probably take him to see. And the first two did do really well at the box office. So, and the fact that this one's going to be in summer, yeah, it's going to do pretty well. It's going to do pretty amazing. Hell, it might do better than the first two, considering that this is in the summer now. So, yeah, maybe this one will probably be the highest grossing one of the franchise. So, yeah, I really don't doubt that for a second, because, like I said, a lot of kids are out of school, you know, kids are out of school in the summer, stuff like that, so there's more of a higher chance for this one to make more than the first two, at least. And this one looks really good, too. So, yeah, hopefully it's good. I enjoyed the first two a lot, so hopefully, and this one actually looks pretty funny, too, so, yeah, hopefully it's, really good. And, yeah, I think this one will just take the number 10 spot because, like I said, it's a kids' movie, and lots of parents and stuff like that probably want to take their kids out and stuff like that, and this is probably one of those movies that they will. So, yeah, my number 10 is Hotel Transylvania, Summer Vacation. Number 9, Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Now, I told you there was actually more than one anime film on this list. There's actually another anime film on this list we'll get into a little bit later on in the list, but the reason I have this one, I have this making at least a bit more than Hotel Transylvania 3 is because, for one, this is based on a very popular kids show that's going on right now with Teen Titans Go on Cartoon Network. And for two, superheroes, they're a real big craze right now. So, yeah, lots of kids love superheroes, you know, they do. So, it's obvious that this one will make a lot of money, considering the fact that, like I said, this is based on a very popular kids show that's going on right now. And, kids love superheroes. And like I said before, with Hotel Transylvania 3, it's in the summer, kids are out of school, parents want to take them out for something. And this is definitely going to be one of those movies that, parents are going to take their kids out to see because, like I said, based on a very popular kids show, kids love superheroes. So that's the main reason I have this at number 9 and why I have it making slightly more than Hotel Transylvania 3, even though, like I said, I know Hotel Transylvania 3 has somewhat of a following. There's, the first two, a lot of people like those, but for these reasons, this is why I have it slightly above Hotel Transylvania 3, because superheroes are the thing. This is based on a very popular kids show, so this is why I have that slightly above Hotel Transylvania 3, because I think it will just make slightly more money than that, because based on those reasonings that I listed for Teen Titans Go to the movie. So, yeah, the movie doesn't look, it doesn't look that bad. The fart joke was really bad in the trailer, though. But you know what? Who knows? I somewhat enjoyed the show. Like, it's not like I don't love it or anything, but I don't mind it at the same time. So, who knows? Maybe this could be funny. Who knows? Maybe they could surprise us. And who knows? Maybe it could be a terrible movie. So, who knows? Who knows? No one knows until you actually see it. So, yeah, that's why I have coming in at number 9, Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Number 8, what I have coming at number 8 is Skyscraper. The Rock. That's all you need to know. The Rock. Like, The Rock is a juggernaut when it comes to this. Like, okay, I don't think Baywatch really did all that well last year, but San Andreas, a couple of years back, did amazingly. That made it into the top 10, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And I didn't put that in the top 10 because, well, I didn't think it was going to be a movie that a lot of people would just go out to see, but I made a foolish move because it had The Rock in it. People love The Rock. Well, how could you not love The Rock? He's amazing, but, I was like, now I made a really dumb mistake of not putting that movie in here. I'm not doing that again this year. Nope, not doing this again. Because if I'm not mistaken, isn't this by the same person that did San Andreas? I could be wrong, though, but I think it is. So, maybe this one will just make as much as San Andreas. Like I said, The Rock is a huge box office draw. He is. People see his name. He's one of the few movie stars nowadays that, like, when people see his name on the poster, they're just going to go out and see it because of that. He's one of the few movie stars that nowadays can just do that. Like, his name could just be attached to anything and people will go out and see it because people love The Rock. And, I really do think a lot of people are going to go out and see this just because The Rock is in it. Because, like I said, people love The Rock. So it's quite obvious that this one's going to make a lot of money. I think it's going to take that number 8 spot, I think the number 8 spot is perfect for this movie, to be honest with you, because there is tougher competition out there. But I think the number 8 spot is honestly really the perfect spot for this. And, yeah, like I said, the main reason I think this movie is going to make a ton of money is because of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. It's a given. It really is. The dude's a huge box office draw. He's a huge movie star. So, I think it's quite obvious that he's going to, be the huge draw for this movie and why a lot of people are going to go out and see it. And the movie doesn't look too bad either. So, yeah. Alright, number 7. This one's kind of a wild card, but you know what? I'm going with it. Christopher Robin. I know this is an odd choice to put in here, but really there's not that much coming out in the summer. Well, I want to say there's not that much, but like, in terms of like, I don't know, but just this one, because a lot of people love Disney, and a lot of people love Winnie the Pooh. And the fact that this is going to be like, kind of like a nice send-off to the whole entire saga of it, I think a lot of people will go out and see it. Lots of adults that grew up with Winnie the Pooh. A lot of kids that are, starting to grow up with it. Yeah, I think, honestly, this is going to be a movie that might make a lot of money, honestly. Yeah, a lot of Disney's live-action fairy tales have been making a ton of money. So, I really don't think there's going to be a shock that this will make a ton of money either. Because, like I said, a lot of people love Winnie the Pooh. They will probably want to go out and see this because, it's like I said, it's going to be a nice send-off to the whole saga in general, so people are probably going to be claiming out to go and see this because, like I said, people love that honey-eating bear, so, a lot of people will go out and see it for that. And plus, this actually looks really great, honestly. Like, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm a huge fan of Winnie the Pooh. It's one of the things I grew up with the most as a kid, So I'm interested to see where they'll take this. And plus, Ewan McGregor is perfectly cast as adult Christopher Robin. Like, that is perfect casting right there. So yeah, I really do think this. Honestly, this movie's gonna make a lot of money. It might scratch the top 10. Honestly, I really do think so because, like I said, a lot of people love Winnie the Pooh. A lot of people grew up with it, and they would probably want to see this nice send off to the entire saga. So yeah, that's what's coming at number 7 for me. All right, number 6. Mission Impossible Fallout. The Mission Impossible franchise, it's a huge hit with people. People love the Mission Impossible franchise. This is the 6th movie in, and people are still clamoring out to go and see, and they're still good. Like, they're already in the 6th installment, and they're still good, these movies. Like, honestly, like, it's awesome. And, you know, Tom Cruise, he's a big name. A lot of people love him in these movies especially, so hopefully, you know, that's another big reason. But this is already an established franchise. And, you know, I think a lot of people are going to go out and clamor to go and see this because, like I said, this is an established franchise. People love the Mission Impossible franchise. And a lot of people like Tom Cruise a lot. You know, and he's obviously the main star of this whole entire thing. And, yeah, I think, like I said, and plus the movie looks really great, too. Like, it looks pretty awesome, honestly. Like, it really does. It looks like it could be another awesome installment into this franchise. So, yeah. Mission Impossible Fallout, I think, will obviously make a lot of money, like I said, because it's already an established franchise. A lot of people love it, and a lot of people will want to see what happens next with Ethan Hunt and his crew. So, yeah. Alright, next up, number 5. Ant-Man and the Wasp. You know, with the first Ant-Man, you know, this is kind of a risk putting it this high because I know a lot of people. I think Ant-Man was like the lowest grossing solo film since like The Incredible Hulk, I believe. But you know what? A lot of people have seemed to really appreciate Ant-Man over the times and stuff like that. I think a lot of people do like the character a lot. So, and plus, it's a Marvel movie. Marvel does amazing at the box office. So there's no way that this wouldn't, honestly. Like, why all of a sudden would this just not do well at the box office, honestly? So I honestly really do think Ant-Man and the Wasp will be a pretty big hit. I think it will do a lot, honestly. I really could see it making a lot of money because a lot of people do like Ant-Man, surprisingly. You know, a lot of people do like them. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Ant-Man's not that great of a character, which I don't really get because he is. He is a great character. And, you know, and a lot of people did really enjoy the first movie a lot. They probably will want to see what happens with Scott Lang next and his adventures and stuff like that. And I really do think so. And like I said, Marvel, that's a big thing in this. Marvel makes a ton of money at the box office. I think this will be no exception to it. So yeah. Alright, coming in at number 4. Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. I know this is the one a lot of people are going to put at their number 1. And trust me, I get the reason why people will put this at the number 1 for the box office predictions. Because the first Jurassic World, well, not the first, but you know, you get what I'm trying to say. Jurassic World made a lot of money. It was surprising how much it made a lot of money, honestly. It was really, really surprising how much it made. Like, I knew it was going to make a lot of money, but be number 1 at the worldwide box office, that's surprising. Like, that really surprised me a lot. I did not see that coming, especially with the Avengers movie that was coming out that year. That was a surprise. So, there's no... Come on, there's no, like... Come on, it's no question that the sequel is going to just make just as much or even more than the first Jurassic World, honestly. I surprisingly still haven't seen the first Jurassic World movie. I don't know how, but I still haven't. And the sequel really doesn't look all that great. But the name Jurassic World is going to bring people in. Because Jurassic Park is a very famous franchise. A lot of people love the first movie a lot. A lot of people I meet in my life tell me Jurassic Park is one of their favorite movies of all time. You know, it's one of those movies. And, like I said, the first Jurassic World made a ton of money. It was the number 1 highest grossing movie at the box office in the summer of 2015. So, there's no doubt in my mind that Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom will, you know, make just as much money as the first movie or even more. So, yeah, that's why I think will come at number 4. Number 3. Solo, A Star Wars Story. It's Star Wars. What else do I need to say? It's Star Wars. This is obviously going to make it at least into the top 5. You know, and everybody loves Han Solo. I know a lot of people have a lot of worries with this movie, and I totally get it. I kind of do as well. So, but it's still, we still can't take the fact away that it's Star Wars and it's a Han Solo, prequel. People are gonna clamor to see that. You know, because a lot of people love the character of Han Solo, regardless if it isn't Harrison Ford in the role or not. People still love Han Solo as a character. A lot of people I meet in my life tell me Han Solo is their favorite Star Wars character, and I can't blame them for it. So, you know, and there's just no way that this won't at least make it into the top 5. If this doesn't make it at least into the top 5, I will be shocked, honestly. If this is just in the top 10, I'm gonna be shocked, honestly, because all the money is on the table with this. This is a Han Solo prequel. This is a Star Wars movie, and it's coming out during the summer. In May, of all things. Like, a lot of people are going to clamor out to go and see this. Like, seriously, a lot of people are going to go out and clamor to see Solo, a Star Wars story. Because of just that alone, honestly. Like, seriously. Like, a lot of people are just going to go out and see it just because it's a Han Solo movie. And it's Star Wars. Like, just for those reasonings alone, people are going to go out and see it. So, yeah, that's why I have coming in at number 3, Solo, a Star Wars story. Number 2, The Incredibles 2. The Incredibles 2, this is going to make this has been a long-awaited sequel. Okay, listen. There is no way that this is not going to make at least, I think this might make over $1 billion for many reasons. This is one, the sequel everybody has been waiting for. For 14 years, people have been waiting for this sequel. 2, a lot of people love the first movie. Lots of people. I'm talking lots of people. I know some people that have this as their favorite Pixar film. And like I said, I can't blame them for it. Because it's an amazing movie. It's one of the best superhero films ever made as well. It's a fantastic film. And like I said, people have been begging for a sequel for 14 years. So you really don't think nobody's going to go out and see this? Like, it's going to come in at least number 2. Hell, I won't be surprised if this actually comes in at number 1. Honestly, I won't be at all. Because, like I said, a lot of people love the first movie. And a lot of people have been waiting for a sequel to this for a very, very long time. So, there's just obvious reasons to it. It's Pixar. You know, Pixar makes tons of money at the box office with their movies. So, there shouldn't be a surprise that this will make at least a lot, like a ton. Like I said, I won't be surprised if this makes over $1 billion and this comes in at number 1. I won't be. Because I know how many people are looking forward to this movie and are waiting this sequel for a very long time. So like I said, I'm not surprised at all if this does come in at number 1. But the only reason I do have it at number 2 is because I think there's just one more movie that I think will slightly do better. And I'll get into that in just a moment. So yeah, but The Incredibles 2, I think, is one that will make a ton of money at the box office for those reasons I listed alone for this. So yeah. Alright, so number 1. Now I want to stretch this real quick. This actually wasn't the number 1 at first. Because that's when Infinity War was still coming out in the summer. Now, if Infinity War was still coming out in the summer, this would have easily been number 1. We all know that was going to be the highest grossing movie of the summer. Along with the fact that, you know, Infinity War was coming out in the summer. Everybody knew that was going to be the highest grossing movie of the summer. But since it got pushed to April, you know, the end of April, we can't count it as a summer movie anymore. So now this is what I think will be the highest grossing movie of the summer. And that is Deadpool 2. Now look. Now, I know this is an R-rated film, and I know, like, it's, you know, R-rated films don't really do, like, they do well at the box office, but, you know, because it's R-rated, not, you know, it's kind of restricted, you know what I mean? But the first Deadpool, like, I believe it is the highest grossing R-rated film of all time. Either that or The Passion of the Christ is the highest grossing R-rated film of all time. Like, the first movie made money, like, made tons and tons and tons of money. Like, it was insane how much money it made, honestly. And a lot of people didn't think it was going to make that much money because a lot of people weren't that much aware of who the character of Deadpool was. But now that they are, and that they've seen the first movie, there's no telling how much the second one is going to make, honestly. Like, it's insane. I know this is a stretch, I know that this is an R rating, but I always do this whenever I put something at number one. $1 billion. Let's go, boys. I think it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I think it might happen. Who knows? Who knows? Listen. I know it's a crazy thing to predict, but who knows? Honestly, nowadays, we didn't really think the first Deadpool was gonna make that a ton of money, and look at that, it did. And now this is a sequel to the first movie, so it's gonna be even more insane how much money it's gonna make. Honestly, like it really will be, and I really do think this is gonna be the highest-grossing movie of the summer because a lot of people love the first Deadpool. A lot of people now love the character of Deadpool. It's a Marvel film. It's coming out. It's like the first major release of the summer. It is. This is like the first major release of the summer. So it's gonna go big. Honestly, it's gonna go big. It's either go big or go home with this thing. And I really do think Deadpool 2 is gonna make a whole lot of dough. It's going to. It is. It's just going to. I really do believe that this is gonna be the highest grossing movie of the summer. So I want to know right now what you think is going to be the top 10 box office for the summer. I want to know what are your predictions for this year's box office for the summer. Please leave in the comment section below. And I'm FilmFan0599, and we will see you about later. Peace.